Welcome back to today's report on Thursday the 20th of August with me, Rich Pro, market analyst at Antec Markets. Moving on to Eurodollar now, and we had this big rally on Eurodollar now yesterday evening on the back of those Fed minutes, and it's sort of indicative of what we have at the moment, which is a pretty mixed outlook on euro. I mean, we had slightly slightly felt as though that we were breaking lower on that move below the pivot band, but then the big sort of rally back into this sort of 111 area really sort of neutralizes the outlook. I mean, just looking at the moving averages, really, you're sort of basically within sort of 70 pips of all of them, all the four I look at. And they're all pretty much sort of flat and not really going anywhere, and it's fairly indicative, as I said, of a pretty mixed outlook that you've got on the euro. You're not really seeing any real consistent moves on this euro. You had a sort of 2 or 3 or 4 days of move, and then bang, you had the reversal of that. So it's very difficult to sort of get a gauge exactly on the immediate direction on this euro at the moment. And again today we're seeing basically flat on that euro dollar chart as we speak. The outlook on the near term, basically the same, really. You've got these moving averages that are all broadly flat, and then you've got the resistance that comes in, and until you really sort of break out through the resistance, 1188 and 1215, that 1215 is actually a historic level as well. From, let me just got the crosshair going, from that early July high as well. So that is a fairly sizable resistance in place now on the euro. So you're sort of trading, and you've got a fairly neutral outlook, and you're still not really able to gain much traction, despite the fact you had that big green candle on the hourly chart from those 5 minutes. We've started to sort of roll over again, and the reaction that we're having in European trading session is fairly corrective, actually. Look at these MACD lines started to cross negatively. Last time we saw that happen was when we saw a fairly sort of consistent decline. So we could start to see the Europeans starting to sell that euro once again. There's not really any significant suggestion that the dollar is going to be weakening massively. I think it just basically is going to fly around with the data still. I mean, things are so much up in the air as to whether we're going to get this September rate hike or not. Markets that don't know. Every time they get a little bit of data out, it sort of changes the expectations either for or against the rate hike. So it's just very difficult to play this on a consistent basis, and maybe just playing the near-term outlook is the way to go. And certainly if you're going to do that, the hourly chart would suggest you're starting to see some negative signals coming through. The RSI falling away, the stochastics coming for a sell signal near term on the hourly, and also the MACD line sell signal as well. So it looks like a fairly mixed outlook on the euro. You got the big support that comes in. I say big support. You got the support that comes in 110.20 now, which is if I zoom out, you can see it's sort of a historic level, 110 at 20. So that is your sort of level that you need to look out for. But certainly on the daily chart, we're sort of back above or back towards that pivot level, 110.50 to 111 figure. And neutral outlook once again. So I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you later.